Hello students, welcome to chemistry class. Today we are going to discuss very important topic, hydrides. In class 11 we are going to discuss hydrides. So what are hydrides? Hydrides are the binding compound of hydrogen with all the elements except noble gases. Hydrides are the binding compound. Hydrides are the binding compound of hydrogen with all the elements except noble gases. So many hydrides we see in our nature. And hydrides B2S6 here and MgS2, LiH, many examples are there, hydrides. Okay. And after that, hydrides are classified into three categories. Hydrides are classified into three categories. First is ionic, second is covalent, and the third is metallic or non-stoichiometric compounds. So here two terms is coming here, that stoichiometric and non-stoichiometric. Stoichiometric means a certain ratio. A certain ratio is fixed to combine, like B2S6. Like this compound, this ratio will be fixed. And like this magnesium hydride. So MgS2, it is stoichiometric compound. But in non-stoichiometric, the ratio is in point like that B2 2.6, like this. I write example here. So I would like to show some example like that. Non-stoichiometric compounds. Here you will see non-stoichiometric compounds. So this one is non-stoichiometric. So I will clear it right when it is needed. So here hydrides. Dihydrogen, you know that dihydrogen is unreactive at normal temperature, but in certain reaction condition it forms hydride with all the elements except noble gases. Dihydrogen under certain reaction conditions combine with all the elements except noble gases to form hydrides. Hydrides are binding compounds. Hydrides are represented as, means hydride can be represented as like this, EHX and EMHN. This MgS2 or EMHN means B2S6. The hydrides are classified into three categories. First is ionic hydride or saline hydride. So ionic hydride or saline hydrides, these hydrides are formed with dihydrogen under a certain reaction condition. But these hydrides are stoichiometric in nature, and other thing you may see, their lighter elements have covalent character, but higher elements have the ionic character. And these are the stoichiometric compounds of dihydrogen formed with the most of the S-black elements of highly electropositive elements. Means ionic hydrides are the compounds of hydrogen with S-black elements with highly electropositive character. Here lighter hydrides are covalent in nature, like BeH2, BeS2 and MgS2 are the polymeric in nature. Means lighter, they are covalent in nature. MgS2 and BeS2 and MgS2 are covalent in nature, and they are polymeric. Means they form, sometimes they form polymer compound. Okay. Ionic hydrides are crystalline, non-volatile and conducting in solid states. Here, ionic hydrides are crystalline, non-volatile and do not conduct do not conducting in solid state, while in melted form conduct electricity and liberate hydrogen on electrolysis. Means in ionic form, in solid states, they are not conducting electricity. They are crystalline, crystalline, volatile, and do not conduct the electricity. But in melted form, they conduct the electricity and liberate hydrogen on electrolysis. Like which anode plus 2 electron liberate 2 electron. Saline hydrides react violently with the water producing dihydrogen gas. Means they react with water violently, which as soon as they will come in contact, they will react with water. Yeah. LiH2 being unreactive, used in the synthesis of other useful hydrides like lithium hydride plus Al2,6, LiAlH4 plus 6, LiC, and 2LiH plus B2S6, LiHB4. So like these compounds are being used to prepare. Okay. So what we have seen that hydrides are the compounds of hydrogen with metals except noble gases. They are binary compound. For example B2S6 MgS2. Hydrides are classified into 3 categories. First is ionic, second is covalent compound, and third is non-stoichiometric. And this one is also known as ionic compound, also known as stoichiometric compounds. So here, covalent and molecular hydrides. Covalent or molecular hydrides. Yeah. So you have seen that dihydrogen form compounds. Dihydrogen forms compound. Compound with all the elements except noble gases. Under certain reaction condition, you have to remember that under certain reaction condition, it is normally unreactive at normal temperature, but in certain reaction condition, it forms hydride. So, like this, if we see other hydride, if we see like this, H2O is also included hydride, and H3 is also included hydride, and these are binary compounds. So here we may see that dihydrogen forms covalent or molecular hydrides. Dihydrogen forms covalent or molecular hydrides with p block elements. P block elements, for example CH4, H2 and NH3. Okay. Here we can see compounds of non-metals are also considered as hydride because they are covalent in nature. So dihydrogen forms covalent or molecular hydrides with p block elements like CH4, H2 and NH3. And in this non-metals, hydride also has been taken non-metal, which is non-metal hydrides also has been taken. Molecular hydrides are further classified and being covalent, they are volatile in nature. they are volatile in nature. Further, the covalent or molecular hydrides are classified into three categories. First is electron deficient hydride. Second is electron precise, and third is electron dishydride. Electron precise hydride, and third is electron rich hydride. So covalent hydrides are also classified into three categories. First, electron deficient compounds, second, electron precise compounds, and last is electron rich compound. Electron deficient, electron precise means, in simple word I would explain it. Electron deficient means, in electron deficient compound means even it is compound but the octet of the central metal atom not completed, means central metal atom do not have 8 electrons. So by other bonding it completes its octet, like B2H6. We take B2H6 here. In B2H6 octet of boron is not completed. And electron precise compound like a CH4 means in this central atom completes its octet. And electron rich compound means like this, will be right, H2O and NH3. So at least they have one lone pair electron. So it can be shown like this. If NH3 structure I am drawing here, so it will form 3 bond like this and one lone pair electron. So this electron rich compound has at least one lone pair electron. And electron precise means they complete their octet, means central atom completes its octet. But if we draw a structure of this boron here, structure is it is BH3, but it is showing dimeric form. So BH3, beta BH3, if we draw a structure of BH3, it is like this. So octet of this one is not completed. But due to banana bonding like this, we show like this banana bonding it is forming banana bonding with other, so it completes its octet. So it is a structure of that is not given, so we will not discuss. Just I told you that you remember it. Banana bonding is found here. So covalent or molecular hydrides are classified into three categories. First is electron deficient hydrides, second is electron precise, and third is electron rich compounds. One by one we will discuss. So here we will see electron deficient compounds. So these are the hydrides of metal and non-metals maybe. So here electron deficient hydrides means it is even a compound like this. With example, I am writing B2H6. I wrote B2H6. But being electron deficient, its Lewis dot structure can't be reached. Being electron deficient, its Lewis dot structure can't be written. If I write it is dimeric form, so if monomeric form I will write here BH3. So in dimeric form, its Lewis dot structure can't be written, and it has the banana bond. Like this, if we see, it forms banana bond like this. Form banana to complete its octet. And you know that if it is electron deficient, it behave as Lewis acid. Lewis, it behave as Lewis acid. Okay, and other thing what is? Other thing about is it which elements, which group elements from this type of compound. So 13 means if we say here we can say 13 group elements. 13 group elements from this type of compound. This means electron deficient compounds, being electron deficient in their central metal atoms, their Lewis character can't be written properly. And 13 group elements form electron deficient compound with dihydrogen. And being electron deficient, they behave as Lewis acid. They behave as Lewis. Electron deficient compounds are electron deficient compounds. Means they do not have enough electron to write their Lewis character structure. In this way we can go. They do not have enough electron to write their Lewis character structure. So their Lewis character structure can't be written properly due to lack of electrons. 13 group elements form electron deficient compound with dihydrogen. Being electron deficient, it behave as Lewis acid. Next is electron precise compound. So electron precise compounds means it has the required number of electron. It has the required number of electron means this electron precise compounds has a required number of electrons to write Lewis dot structure. To write Lewis dot structure. So for this compound, like this compound, we can form the like CH4, SiH4. Okay. So these are electron precise, which they have enough electron to write their Lewis dot structure. Okay. Here they have enough electron if we write Lewis dot structure, so it will be written like this. Otherwise, if we want to show it is bond structure, so if we show Lewis dot structure here, we can show like this. So oxygen completed, carbon completed, octet, this also completed, this also under. But for that if we write like this, here hydrogen, you will see hydrogen, like this isomer, electron. So hydrogen got nearest electron configuration of noble gas, but boron does not get. So it is electron deficient compound because in this central atom has not 8 electron to complete its octet, so it has ability to take electron from other compounds. That's why it is Lewis acid. So here we are talking about the electron precise compounds. So electron precise compounds, well, and electron precise compounds have enough electron to write their Lewis dot structure. We can write easily Lewis dot structure of electron precise compound. And other thing we see here, all the elements are 14. Who forms all the elements of 14? All the elements group form electron precise compound. Next is electron rich compound. Next is electron. So electron rich compounds are the compounds which has lone pair electron. So we can take some example, by that we can understand what are electron rich compounds. And this type of compounds is mostly formed by the elements of 15 to 17 groups. So they are electron rich compound, and being electron rich compound, they behave as Lewis bases. They have ability to donate electrons, so behave as Lewis bases. So electron rich compounds. Here we will discuss electron rich compound. Here electron rich compounds are hydrides, both we can say. Here similar example if I am taking here, they are rich in electron, means they complete their octet but has lone pair electron on electronegative atom. Like this, if I am taking H2O and H3, okay. So here if I write structure of H2O like this, two lone pairs are there. Nitrogen structure if I wrote, it has one lone pair. So these two are electron rich compounds. These two are electron rich compounds. Being electron rich, they donate electron pair to other elements or other compounds, so that they are Lewis bases. Lewis bases has ability to donate electron to others. And which group elements form electron rich compounds? So group 15 to 18. 15 to 17 elements. 15 to 17 elements form the, like that, what, 15 nitrogen, 16, what is it? 16 oxygen, and 17 15 phosphorus, nitrogen, phosphorus, oxygen, and fluorine. Here, so you see, they form the electron rich compound with hydrogen, because in their outermost shell it has 5 electron, that has 6 electron, and that has 7 electron. So they form either 2, 3 or 1. So they have lone pair of electrons. So if they behave as electron rich compound. And other thing, when we talk about this, here these compounds means here we see FON form, that is their hydrides form hydrogen bond, and because of this hydrides of nitrogen, oxygen, and fluorine show the associative property. Because of this, hydrogen compound shows associative property. Some compounds of hydrogen shows associative property, and this associative property depends on electronegativity of elements. So you remember it that these compounds, these electron rich compounds, are being formed by the 15 to 17 group elements. 15 to 17 group elements, and they form the compounds. Example, I have already given that NH3, H2O, and HF. And after that, if we see here, so we have discussed that covalent compound are of 3 types. First is electron deficient compound, second is electron precise compound, and third is electron rich compound. Electron deficient compounds are the compound in which central atom doesn't have the enough electron to write Lewis dot structure. Electron precise compound, they have enough electron to write Lewis dot structure, and electron rich compounds, they have extra electron in their valence shell, so they are present on element as lone pair. And next topic is our next topic is metallic or non-stoichiometric or non-stoichiometric or interstitial hydrides. Here we are discussing. So these compounds are being formed by the many elements of D and F block. They conduct heat and electricity, but not like other metal hydrides of other block elements. Here they are non-stoichiometry being electron deficient, being deficient in hydrogen, like this BC compounds here, like this you see is not stoichiometry. Here, these compounds are formed by the adsorption of hydrogen on the transition metal. So these compounds, how are these compounds formed? These compounds are formed by the adsorption of transition metals, and a large number of reaction are being performed. What reactions? It is used here, reduction and hydrogenation. Some metals accommodate the very large volume of hydrogen and therefore used for the storage media. Here the property has high potential for the hydrogen storage and as source of energy. Okay. So hydrides, these compounds are found by many elements of D and F blocks. These conduct heat and electricity but not efficiently like other metal hydrides. These are non-stoichiometric compounds being electron deficient in hydrogen, like compound electron deficient it is, and deficient etc. These compounds are formed by the adsorption of hydrogen on the transition metals and used in catalytic reduction, hydrogenation and preparation of large number of compounds. Some of metals accommodate very large volume of the hydrogen and therefore used for storage media. The property has high potential for hydrogen storage and as a source of energy. So what we can see here, it is a special type of compound and it is being formed by the especially by many elements of D and F block, but not all elements. Here they also conduct heat and electricity, but not like the other metal hydrides, And these are non-stoichiometric because deficient in hydrogen. These are formed by the adsorption of hydrogen on metal surfaces, and it is used for various reactions like catalytic reduction, hydrogenation and preparation of large number of compounds. Some of metal accommodate a large volume of hydrogen, so it is used for the storage media, and the property has the high potential for the hydrogen storage and source of energy. Means it has high potential for hydrogen storage and source of energy.